Hi, KMS. Mrs. Hines here. Happy Thursday. So today is January 7th, and we're going to add column D to your 24-hour spreadsheet that we've been working on. So if at all you have it turned in on Google Classroom, you may need to go to Google Classroom and under your classwork tab, just make sure that I think it's on the 5th. So you do have to scroll down. This 1-5 assignment, just make sure that you don't actually have it turned in because then you can edit it. So you may have to go in here and say unsubmit, and then you'll be able to edit that document. So to get that document open, hopefully you can open it through Google Classroom. We've filled out columns A and B to kind of show when you do things in your day. So your whole 24 hours, how do you spend it? Yesterday, we added column C, and if you add up all the numbers that you put in, you could actually use a function, the sum, and it will add all those up for you and place it down below here. That's what's so amazing about Excel or Google Sheets is the fact that you can start to have the computer think for you. Okay, so if your number is not 24, perhaps your number is off someplace. So please make sure that you try to get as close to 24 as possible. If you did some time frame where it was 20 minutes, that's 20 minutes out of 60 minutes in an hour, your number would be a decimal place. So that perhaps is just throwing it off a little bit. So if it's like 23.999, that's fine. To get this chart, if you just highlight columns B and C, excluding that 24, but everything else, there's a button up top here that says Insert Chart. And that's how you're able to make the pie chart. If you click on your chart afterwards, you can still edit the chart. So a lot of people found that they like to change the style to 3D. It's total preference on your part. You can also change like a lot of things. So spend some time, look at all the different options that you have and make it look the way that you want because it's going to go in your portfolio. Today's task is to add column D, the percentage. Now, you may have talked about percentage in math. Percentage is out of 100%. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're actually going to have this formula to calculate the percentage of your day. So you know how we were able to ask the computer for the formula? You can actually tell the computer a formula by pressing the equal sign. I want what is in this cell equal to something. I want it to be 100 because we're talking about percent. I'm going to use the star. So if I hit shift and 8, it's a little star to say multiply, and I want to multiply whatever is in C2, and I want to divide that, so I'm going to use the divided by symbol, 24. And I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to calculate that for me. Okay. What's really cool is it might automatically say, hey, I'm going to think for you, Mrs. Hines. I'm a computer. That's what I do best. Would you like me to perform that same formula all the way down this row? You can click the check mark and it would autofill it for you. How cool is that? So you wouldn't actually need the pie chart to calculate this. You could have data tables. If that's how you have to visually show your data or how you have to communicate your data, this is how you can do it with formulas. All right? Not super scary. You'll just have to understand how they actually got the formula. So I'm going to say, yeah, I want to autofill it, right? These are the exact percentage. You can look on your chart and it's going to be the same. Now, if it's a different decimal place, that might be because they rounded up or rounded down. All right, I'm going to go back just for kicks and giggles. And as long as you understand, I'll give you the formula. It's going to be on Classroom as well. But it's equals, we're going to do 100 because we're doing 100% divided by, and we have to figure out how do we get this percentage. So really, a percentage is just showing a fraction. How many hours did you spend doing something? You spent 2 hours. So that was what was in C2. That's why we picked this. And we had it divided by 24 because that's how many hours are in a day. Now, if you did not get that autofill option, another way to do this is, again, there's always more than one way. you can select all of these cells. So cells D2 through D9, you can select and you can duplicate that formula. So you can hit Control D and that will duplicate the same formula that you put in here, but it will do it all the way down. And the computer is smart enough knowing that, hey, when you did it for here, you want it to do the same formula across. You can double check your math. So like my nighttime routine is 10.4, the same number is right here. Okay, really awesome. So if you could, please have your 24 hours complete. And by that, I mean you have column A, the times that you do things, what you do, how many hours a day do you spend doing it, the percentage of your day that that activity takes up, and you displayed it visually with a pie chart. Again, to make that pie chart, quite simply select all of your activities and the hours spent and simply click this Insert Chart button. To edit your chart, you can just right click on it and any of these options will help you edit away. All right. Lastly, please share out your how you spend your time. So you want to make sure you change this so that anyone at Lansingburg can view it. I have anyone be able to see it and then hit done. All right, so how are you going to share this out? Great question. So you're going to open up another tab and you're going to open up, you guessed it, your portfolio. So my portfolio is in my Google Drive. So to get to your Google Drive, again, these 9 dots here, Google Drive, I have mine saved in a specific folder. So I go into my Google Site folder and my portfolio for the blue team. Both of these charts that we made this week, the one that we made on Monday about your school schedule and the one that how you spend your 24 hours are both going to go on your home page of your tech portfolio. So please scroll down on your home page. You should have a mission statement where you introduce yourself. You don't have this, okay? That's just for my own reference and yours if you want to take a look at my portfolio. But I'm going to keep scrolling. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Perfect. And I'll just delete this so I can show you again. The other day I inserted a Google Drive item. So again, if there's a blank space, not in the footer, but just above, you can double click and you can insert an item from Drive. Usually it'll be found under Recents. So I'm just going to go grab this pie chart. It's looking good. Sweet. It looks like my percentage didn't update yet. That's okay. I probably just have to wait for Google to catch up with me. Please make sure that you publish your site. All right. So when you hit that blue publish button, it does show you your draft and then what's next. Okay, what you have currently published and what your draft is what you want to have out. So I'm going to just hit the blue publish button again and I'm good. So for today's question, guys, again, you just want to share out your Google site. So you can see your Google site by clicking that triangle button and view portfolio. And I'll just put mine in the link as well, but you can just copy it and paste it onto that question on Google Classroom. All right, folks, happy Thursday. Please join the Google Meet early. So my office hours start at 10:15. You can always email me if you need something ahead of time, but let me know how I can help you. And I really look forward to looking at your pie charts and your percentages. All right, guys, happy Thursday.